Hi, welcome back to Andrea Fontana Beauty. I'm going to be showing you guys how to do a bold and more dramatic, but still really simple and easy makeup tutorial for Valentine's Day. It's going to be a really pretty kind of burgundy, reddish tone, smoky eye. Only a few different shades of eyeshadow, so it's going to be really simple and easy to recreate. So to get started, I'm going to start with, I've already done my eyebrows, but I like to start with the eyeshadow first when I'm doing more dramatic looks, because if there's any fallout under my eyes, I can easily clean it away without messing up any foundation that's underneath. So to start, I'm going to prime my eyelids with Stay Don't Stray by Benefit, which is a really good eyeshadow primer that I like if you have darkness, or I have a lot of darkness and like veins on my eyes. So you can see how that just like neutralizes everything so that the shadows will be a lot more true to color and none of that darkness will kind of interfere. It conceals really well, so I like this primer a lot. I am gonna start by taking, which are these two shadows right under here. This is the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. I'm only using three, I'm using kind of 3 palettes today, but not really. You could easily find these or kind of swap out your own. You basically just need a medium orangey brown type color, or kind of like a warm brown, and I'm just gonna pop that right in my crease with a fluffy brush. Again, this is supposed to be a really quick and easy makeup look, so I'm just blending that out. I'm using the colors Mixing Puree and Summer Yum. And again, just like windshield wiper motions on a fluffy blending brush. And I'm just bringing those through the crease. I am bringing it not all the way in, but most of the way, I would say. One of the biggest tricks for when you're gonna apply a color like this is I like more of the drama on the outside. So I always go in when I have the product fresh on my brush. I go straight in on the outside and then go inwards from there and back and forth. What that is gonna do is the most product is gonna be deposited on the outside, and then you're kind of gonna blend it in towards the middle. Just like that. Next, I'm gonna use the shade Garnet from the Lorac Pro Original palette. It's this shade right there. And I'm actually going to spray my flat shader brush with some setting spray. What that's gonna do is it's going to kind of wet the brush so that when I pick up the product, it's gonna apply really intensely. Okay, so I'm just gonna use the Urban Decay All Nighter spray, and I'm just gonna spray. And you can see that just like really intensely applies the product. This works really well with when you're using like a shimmery or kind of metallic. It helps the shadow go on more metallic, not quite so shimmery. So you can see I'm getting like huge color payoff. And I'm just putting that all over the lid. Now, if you don't want too red of a look, then you can totally leave it at this spot, but I want to go in with a shadow from Makeup Geek. It's called Curtain Call, and it's pretty red. It's kind of like a cranberry red color. And this one is really metallic, the finish of and I want to go in because it's a lot more red, which this is a Valentine's Day tutorial that is meant to be daring So I thought it was perfect. So you see how that just like makes it way more red? So pretty. This would be awesome for green eyes, brown eyes, honestly all colors. It's gonna really help bring out your eye color, which I love. So I love that. Okay, so now that we have that really intense shade on the lid, I'm gonna take the same brush that I was using before to blend with no extra product. And I'm just gonna kind of go back and forth in those windshield wiper motions. And what that's gonna do is just blend out the edges of the color we just put on the lid into the crease color. So you can see that's just nice and blended. Like that. I'm gonna go back in with Summer Yum, which is that warm brown, and put that on, which is just gonna soften. Like that. Then I'm gonna take this brush that is from Sigma. It has no product on it, and I'm gonna take cream from the Lorac Pro palette, which is that guy right there. But it's just a nude shade, and I'm gonna put that in the crease, or excuse me, I'm gonna put that up on the brow bone, and then kind of, and it's a matte color, blend it just to help kind of diffuse that warmth, like that. Then I'm gonna blend this a little bit more. The last thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to take Nude, which is the lightest shimmery color in the Lorac Pro palette, and on my ring finger. I'm just gonna dot that in there to kind of like brighten up that eye area because the rest of it is so dark. Okay, so I'm gonna do my foundation, my contour, my blush, and all of that, and then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna finish up that lower lash line. Okay, so I did the rest of my face. I used Makeup Geek's contouring powder in Complicated, which is the cool medium shade, and then I used Benefit's Rockateur, which is a really pretty kind of pinky. I wanted to keep all the colors pretty pink for the face just because of the whole Valentine's Day theme here. So I did that, and then I actually used a pale pink highlighter from Makeup Geek, which is Luster, which is that guy right there. So it's like a pale champagne pink kind of highlighter. So everything's kind of rosy and pinky on the eyes. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in and we're gonna finish that lower lash line. Now, if you wanna be even more bold and daring, you can continue this kind of warm trend and use a warmer brown tone under the eye, which is what I'm gonna do. Or if, you know, just having this much burgundy on your eyelids is kind of daring for you, you could totally go in with more of a just like basic darker brown color. I'm only gonna do like the outer portion here. I'm not going all the way in, you'll notice. And I'm connecting it to the colors out here. So I'm using a brush that's pretty small so that I can really put the color right where I want it, but then I really want to help fan it out. So I'm going to take a blending brush and just, with no extra color, just buff that out. I am going to take a little bit of the Garnet shade and do the same type of thing just so that I have a similar color under there. And see how that just like really completes. Now, if you feel like, oh my gosh, I just put way too much product on or I need to blend it out, you can always go in with a clean blending brush and blend that out. So now we have the color underneath and it really looks like a complete smoky eye. So I'm gonna apply my mascara and then come back and talk to you about lip color. Okay, so I'm gonna come in a little closer so you guys can see the finished look. But it's really pretty, and it was just a few eyeshadow colors. It was nothing big. If you don't have a light shimmery color for the inside, you can always use your highlighter, or vice versa. You can use a light eyeshadow as a highlighter. The beauty of makeup is you can really use products in ways that aren't necessarily what they were made for. The color that I have on my lips is kind of like a little bit darker than my natural lip color, but it's definitely on the cool side, which is what I wanted to kind of balance the warmth of what's up here. It's not quite a bold lip, but it's also not a nude, which is what I really like. And it is one of the Glow Minerals Suede Matte Lip Crayons, and it's in the color Trademark. Let me show you. So it's a really pretty shade. As you can see, it just makes I feel like it makes your lips look bigger, and it's really comfortable. I love these things. I've talked about them on the blog before. I have a million colors of them. But yeah, that's the finished look. I hope you guys like it. You can really do this style and this type of eyeshadow look with any color. If you see an eyeshadow, which I do this all the time, I'll look in a palette and I'll see a color that's kind of shimmery or it's kind of metallic and it's more intense, and I'll be like, oh, that would make a really pretty eyeshadow look. So you can repeat the exact same thing with some transition shades, and then that pop of color on the eyelid. It doesn't have to be super intense. You could do this with browns, you could do it with purple, you could do it with really anything, but I wanted to do burgundy for Valentine's Day. So I'm also going to have a soft and romantic look coming because when you guys voted on Instagram, it was a tie, and a lot of you really wanted to see both sides, so I'm gonna do both looks. But this is the bold and daring one. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a wonderful Valentine's Day, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.